Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our last game of the day. It's actually a recording of one we did earlier due to some scheduling issues. H-Block and Poseidon Gaming had to play earlier in the day, but we've got it here for you. We've got it ready to go. And Sherrigan, how excited are you for this match?
I'm pretty excited to see this. Poseidon Gaming, I think, has really started to come back. They had kind of a little bit of a rough start early on, had kind of a losing streak past couple of games. But they've really started to kind of turn that around. So they've been doing really, really well. H-Block, in the meantime, is kind of the exact opposite. I feel like they're kind of scrambling at this point to come back into things. Like, we really want to see... Like, I'd like to see them just kind of get their footing again. It feels like they've kind of lost it, unfortunately. In regards to the whole recording thing, I honestly don't know what's going to happen. So I'm really excited to see how this plays out. And I think looking at these bans right here, we're already seeing that with the hardcore bans on the side of POG and the mid lane bans on the side of HBK. They're both respecting each other pretty drastically. POG just trying to shut out everything in that bot lane.
Yeah, and, we've got a Sejuani, you got a Kai'Sa's gone through.
Pick.
Yeah, so many Kai'Sas today. It's really surprising. I feel like she's a good champion. It just hasn't worked out quite that well today. Maybe Pog will be able to turn that around and actually find a win with it. Nocturne too. So that was the combo we saw earlier from not from SGR, RLS. Yes, RLS took the Nocturne. Yeah, they took the Nocturne. Kai'Sa and Karma Senna. I hope that's bot lane. I actually really like that combo. I've run it a couple of times in the bot lane. It's actually really dirty.
I was gonna say I think that's really gross. Really something I don't necessarily want to see in my games. In regards to the comps that we have coming out so far, though, I feel like POG has picked a very safe bot lane with some nice hard engage on the side of Rakan, and then on the side of HBK. We only see the bot lane right now, so we'll probably see a couple more. I'd want to see 2 melees picked up by HBK to really capitalize on that Sejuani pick that was shown early. I'm not a big fan of blind picking Sej, but it's not a bad choice, and I do like the Nocturne response to it, though.
Yeah, and I also like the Rakan pickup too. I think Rakan is actually. I thought he was in a bad spot, but in the last patch and a half or so, I think he's actually started to come back into it. He's starting to become a more prominent champion to pick up.
Yeah,
so
no,
all right, good.
I was gonna say he's definitely become much more popular to pick up, and I really feel like he's in a much better spot right now than he has been.
Yeah, and as we all remember from the IG days, Kai'Sa Rakan is a very nasty bot lane, very easy to set up. But I was talking about like the Karma Senna. I think it's actually like something that can deal with Pog's bot lane. Karma has a very good laning phase up to level 6. She's already got her ult at level 1 and can chuck a Q that hits like a tank. And if it's a Senna, the Karma's probably going to be farming, which means that while she doesn't have the greatest scaling, she can still, with her abilities, doesn't have the greatest ratios. She can still get something other. She can get that extra AP to give a stronger shield, or get that extra sniper shot with the Q. You could do a little bit of work with that, so that might actually be good. And it's a lot of poke. Like Rakan's range is super short. Kai'Sa's isn't the longest either, and it's just gonna be poke all day in this bot lane as a Garen comes out for HBK.
So I like the fact that it's a melee top laner. The fact that it's a Garen, kind of just being a hard frontliner, and an Aurelia most likely picked mid. Again, you've got 2 melees that I was just mentioning that you're going to want with the Sejuani to really capitalize on getting off those permafrost stacks, because that's going to be where a lot of the damage is going to be gated for Sejuani, as well as a lot of the CC. Against what we have on the side of POG, though, I'm feeling really rough for HBK right now. That Akali is going to be really, really aggressive, as is the Renekton. Both going to want to be hard engaging. Renekton, I feel, into a Garen is pretty much a 1 lane, in my opinion. So Hayat is going to have to be really careful going up against Aqua Anthony.
Yeah, and I actually think the Aurelia does well in the mid lane against Akali. I think she can hold her own. If Hayat can avoid feeding the Renekton and the Aurelia can get a bit of a lead on the Akali, I think that they could stand a chance. They are a very beefy team, and as we've seen all day, Kai'Sa has been struggling into these beefy comps to really be able to get her damage out in time. Nocturne's not really a tank shredder either. I guess Akali, if she gets far enough ahead, could, but like if she's not ahead, it could be difficult. So I think it's all the onus is on Poseidon to get the lead early on. Granted, I think they do have a very strong comp, but I'm leaning towards H block right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against you on this one. I'm gonna actually lean in the direction of Poseidon Gaming. I feel like they've got a very hard crushing comp, and it's gonna be something that's really, really tough for HBK to get over, especially once it starts to come online. So they've got to shut it down early.
We'll have to see which one of us is right as we get on into the game. H block versus POG to end the day. Technically start, but end as well.
Yep, technically the start, but also the end. Okay, this is just absolute nastiness. I have a feeling that HBK is going to kind of hover around this bot side. They're obviously going for a hard engage. I don't know if we're going to see a full invade, though.
Yeah, they might. They do see, I think, the Recon. Fat Ectomorph just kind of lounging about there, being the Snorlax for the team right now as Idris goes forward. Idris gonna try for the W, does land it, but he's not gonna follow up, so he's not gonna get that stack off of Fat Ectomorph. But you know, that's all. I actually think that's a little concerning. You know, starting W on Senna isn't the best. Your level 1 isn't great because you can't throw that through minions, so you can't really poke as easily. Senna's early range is fairly low. Kind of think they should have just, you know, known they weren't gonna get it and just ran the Q, just to make sure that she had the early lane poke.
Yeah, no, that early lane poke. I feel like that invade could have worked out pretty well for the side of HBK if they had actually committed to it, but they definitely broke it off way earlier. I feel like Garen walking out was probably not the best idea. They should have just hard engaged on it because now they're going to have the exact opposite happen to them.
Oh, Fat Ecto going in onto Floral. Floral has to flash over the wall. He did take an ignite, but here comes Pro Lupul. Idris trying to get some poke back, trying to grab some souls. Pro Lupul coming on this battle pig. Fat Ecto gonna get locked up. Pro Lupul charges forward. They're slowing him down. He's trying to run. The Q does not manage to get the damage out. In fact, Ecto's gonna get out. And Pro Lupul taking a shot there from the turret, getting super low. The flash forward from Crow, and he's gonna get first blood. And they're looking for more right now. Fat Ecto going forward. Idris getting super low, trying to run away and just get these souls while he can. The W from Fat Ecto is going to miss. A flash from Idris gets him out of there. That is an unfortunate attempt at a gank.
So that grand entrance, having to flash out of it, is going to be really devastating for HBK, because that is both flashes down now on the side of HBK. The Karma teleport is still available, but you're not going to want to back anytime soon. You really got to kind of, like right there, that is, I don't know what we're doing.
Fat Ecto takes him down, just a W, catching him on the edge. Idris was not expecting it or respecting that he could try for that. And now both members of the bottom lane getting a kill to their name. This isn't what we were expecting from the bot lane for HBK. We thought that this would be the lane that they would be in the winning position on, but really, POG pretty in control right now.
Well, this is the lane that you thought they'd be in the winning position on.
Fair.
I'm really thinking that Poseidon's got the micro down. See, look at this. They've already started this game off in
Pro
a
Lupul.
stupidly aggressive manner.
Yeah, he manages to get out, but he's going to have to give up anything left in his jungle. I think they just were just trying to get some damage onto him. But yeah, you're right. You know, POG they're doing very well in this. You're right. They're getting ahead. They're dominating their lane matchups, and it's going very, very well for them right now as more invade from Gunsey on this Nocturne. Looking for a slam right here. Fat Ecto is here too. I think they're going to dive H block. Turret gonna push the minion into it. They're going towards the turret. Gunsey is spot out, but Fat Ecto is here. He gets for the dive, but H block does the dash. The teleport coming in right now. They're trying to fear H block. They do. And now Hyatt's here. Gunsey taking so much damage. Hyatt looking for some damage with his Q. Spinning to win, but he's just out of range. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna pick anything up, but they managed to keep H block alive.
They do manage to stay alive, but at the same time, what we're seeing on the side of Poseidon Gaming is they've already taken the reins of this game. They've already got this in their hands. They know that they have the stronger early game, and they're doing the best that they can. Surprisingly,
Is Gunsy gonna grab this? He is. He's gonna get it. He's fine.
Gunsy does manage to grab it, and what's really funny is Gunsy was actually hit by one of the
Pro Loople.
No, Gunsy was hit by one of the Pro Loople's permafrost stacks. I believe that they were hit by the flail flying out and got hit by one of the side swipes.
Yeah, I meant Pro Loople grab the scuttle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had misspoke because I was watching Gunsy try to go for it.
I see. Yeah, no. I feel like they probably could have dropped the smite down, but they would have revealed their position in the bush. Looking at this bot lane though, we've got the fasting Senna, which in a lane that you're doing well in is fine, but in a lane that you're struggling can be so hard to deal with.
Yeah, and ooh, the root onto 2. He's gonna try for the souls. He's not. Ooh, Fat Ecto gets the double knockup. They're chasing onto Idris. Idris trying to run, but here comes Pro Loople. Now Crow's gonna get rooted up. The teleport's coming through. They're going in H block looking for Crow. He is going to take him down, but here comes Crit. Fat Ectomorph on the run. He is gonna fall. Flora picks up the kill for himself, and good turnaround there by the side of HBK. Gets their bot lane right back into the game.
That was a great TP by Civilock that was to come in on this. Definitely something that Poseidon needed to have happen.
And now, you know, Poseidon really wanted those early kills. Ooh, Loople getting low, but HBK gonna get it. No one's gonna die. Yeah, they were definitely looking further. Those kills, those would have basically, I think, sealed the lane if they managed to just take the 2v2, gotten those kills on the Kaisa. But, you know, this is bringing them back into it. Gold's only 800 difference right now, and bot lane is still a bit behind, but they do have the scaling, you know. Not in terms of the Karma, but the Senna. The Senna scales infinitely, so... The
Senna will scale infinitely, but at the same time, you've got the Renekton and the Akali that are both going to be scaling as well, so when they will eventually have a plateau. The amount of damage that they're going to be able to output onto that Senna is going to become devastating, and it's going to be a situation of if they are able to get on top of her in the backline, there's going to be nothing Senna can do. With this first Drake going down and having the Infernal Drake pop up here, we're probably going to be seeing a Mountain Soul, is my guess, just because, and a Mountain Soul is not going to be something that HBK wants Poseidon to get a hold of.
Yeah, they don't want them to get those shields and make their little squishies that much harder to kill, give a caller that extra time. If it gets to the side of HBK, though, POG's going to be in a little bit of a rough spot. Though, again, this is a very beefy team, and if you have shields even on the Senna, it's going to be even harder to assassinate her. Crit trying to get that assassination in there. Flora just gets a shield onto Idris to keep him alive. Like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult if they get it. So they're hoping it's not a Mountain Soul. They're hoping it's going to be like an Ocean, which, you know, they can both benefit from, but isn't like the most unbearable thing. As Flora getting a little bit of trade there onto Crow. Game basically back into a relatively stable state for the moment. Fat Ecto taking a little bit of shot right there, but gets the heals, so not going to matter too much. Idris, ooh, hang on, Hyatt and Gunsy going in to a little duel right there. Gunsy goes in onto Hyatt. Hyatt getting so low, getting feared, but the spinning is working. He tries for the dunk, but it gets shielded, and he goes down, and now they're jumping in onto Idris. He's going to fall. Crow takes the kill there. HBK block looking like he might go down too, but he's going to make out just his life. Flora trying to buy some time here. Gets the ulted Q in, but he's getting low. Crow might try to dive this if he feels like if they get these minions under there, so he can get at least a little bit of a buffer when he tries to go in. But Pro Loople is here. They could be trying to bait it a little bit. I don't think they have the damage to take them out, but they could dissuade anything. Good plays from POG.
Yeah, that was a good plays from POG. Really well timed spell shield from Gunsy, allowing them the opportunity to prevent that Garen judgment from coming down on their head, which would have resulted in allowing them to pick up the kill. I do like Pro Loople sitting right here. Oh,
he's going in onto Fat Ecto. He's gonna lock him up. They're going in. He gets taken out. Pro Loople picks up the kill. He's smiting. He's trying to charge onto Crow. Crow getting locked up. He is going to get stunned. Floored, looking for someone right there. Has to back off because he's so low. And now they're looking for him still. Crow getting a lot of healing off of there. Now he's in a 1v1 with Idris. Flora here. Pro Loople here try to back him up, and they're going to pick up the kill. Idris grabs Crow.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of a poorly timed fight for the side of HBlock, POG, a well-timed fight for the side of HBlock, poorly timed fight for the side of POG. They just were not quite able to get the damage out that they needed to, and there was enough CC from the permafrost stacks that they were just able to shut down whatever it was POG was trying to do.
Yeah, and that's, POG, for every play they make, they're just getting countered by HBK so far. It's a very back and forth game. Gold lead's extended a little tiny bit, but not really much to matter. It's like a BF sword difference right now, and with a crit cloak, it's probably not getting used on too much extra on the side of POG. So HBK still in this game, still in a stable position. They haven't given up a turret yet. Outside of that one play by Gunsy, Hyatt has been able to just hold the line. And in the bottom lane, Idris hasn't been taking that much death. He's died twice, but he's managed to still get some assists, make some plays with his team. But now this Herald's going to drop here, and they might be trying to take this top turret. Aqua Anthony buying some space for POG as they crash this in here. Hyatt moves forward, but Gunsy is here. Does get spotted. He's actually backed off now. And yeah, it's just going back into his table. They get some turret plates. That's always good to get for POG. Get their Renekton a little bit more gold.
So I really like what Poseidon's been doing is they're taking advantage of their macro situation where even though they're giving up some kills in the bot lane, they were already positioned to take Rift Herald. They'd already started it. So basically that fight in the bot side, because they knew that Pro Lupo was down there was no way he could contest them taking the Rift Herald, does allow them to basically take top tower, bringing it down to one more plate. And if we look at the way that they're aggressively placing these vision wards to prevent pretty much whatever it is that they're trying to see on the side of HBK, they've just been doing a really, really good job of shutting them down.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good job with that so far, as we see POG move all of its members down except Crit to try to go for this dragon. They're going to pick that up pretty uncontested. Idris needs to be careful, does not want to. Ooh, Flora actually grabbing Crow right there with a tether, going to lock him down, but here comes the ult from Gunsy. The ult coming in, though, from Idris, trying to save him. It's not going to matter. He's going to go down, and now they're trying to go into Aqua Anthony. Pro Lupul's here, Hyatt's here. There are 3 people against 4, but make it a 5th. Crit Addict is here. Pro Lupul goes down. Kill over for Hyatt, picking up 1 onto the Rakan, but he's going to fall too. It's just H-Block. They are pretty low, though. If he can find the positions, he might be able to grab something, but it's not going to matter. Crit goes in onto him, dashes forward. H-Block misses the stun. Now trying to go onto Gunsy, getting him pretty low. Is he going to finish him off? No, he is not. Gunsy takes him out and goes on a killing spree.
See, that right there is, once again, we have H-Block over-pressuring their lead. It's like they are ahead, but at the same time, they're just sticking around in these fights that they don't want to be sticking around in. Poseidon doing a really good job of staggering in some of their fighters coming in to basically draw the fight out. Does allow them the opportunity for Kai'Sa to almost go down from that tether, but you have the Nocturne Paranoia. All that is what POG needs to keep doing in order to win these fights. They just need to separate the rest of HBK, pick off the targets that they need, and just kind of, in a way, take them one at a time. But they're also squishy that it's kind of okay for them to be fighting a bunch all at once.
Yeah, and the fights, as we can see, they're definitely working out there for POG. So now they've extended their lead to about 4,000 gold. 13 minutes in, that's a pretty big gold lead for the time being, but it's still not over. It's not over till the fat lady sings, and hasn't sung yet. Yeah,
and another thing for Floral, what they need to do is I'm having trouble seeing it, but it doesn't look like they're using their shields to their full effectiveness. We're seeing a lot of empowered Qs coming out. So a lot of damage, sure, but the empowered shields are so beneficial because they're going to provide you so much movement speed, which is exactly what HBK needs to avoid a lot of the damage that's coming out from HBK because it relies on them being within almost melee range of the champions.
Yeah, if you're using Karma, I think the enhanced Qs are good, but they're usually meant just to set up a fight or just to begin before you begin. Once a fight breaks out, you want to use it mostly for the shield or the W, especially if someone dives your carry. That way you can just root down the target after a moment. So it all depends. Ooh, actually, hang on, Gunsy and Crit going in. They take out H-Block. He is going to go down, but Pro Lupul is here with the ult. Hits one. The ult coming through from the Senna. It's not going to be much though. Pro Lupul getting low. Fat Ecto's going to knock him up. Here comes Hyatt looking for something. Going forward, getting the spin to win. The ult does not finish the kill. Hyatt, actually, no, it does. Pro Lupul picks it up, but now there's 2 here. Hyatt's got to run. He's getting so low. Aqua Anthony taking a lot of turret shots, and Hyatt's going to have to hang out here as 4 people look to hunt him down. He's going to have to run away. The teleport coming through. I think that's going to be Flora. It is going to be Flora here. The one also coming in from H-Block, looking like they're looking for a play here. That Q is going to push Crow to the right. H-Block looking to try to maybe grab him here. That Fat Ecto trying to buy the stun there. The ult coming through from H-Block. The ult, though, coming through from Crow as well. H-Block getting very low. The rest of his team not really following up on it, and Crow and Fat Ecto are just going to walk out of there.
That is a lot of chase for not a lot of nothing. Like, just to put it lightly. There were a couple of missed skill shots that could have resulted in a kill, but overall, I think both those fights were just players sticking around for way longer than they needed to.
Yeah, you gotta get out when the getting's good, and you know, once you've taken that kill, don't stick around. Don't just try to take things. Especially, you know, you saw Hyatt come in. You shouldn't be staying there. He will chase you down, and if he gets the spin off before you can silence him, yeah, that's pretty difficult to deal with him with. But you know, it worked out. He managed to flash out. Actually, used the ult. Didn't get the kill with it, but you know, the follow up with Pro Lupul managed to secure it, and now Crow caught under the turret, getting very low. Flora gonna try to chase me, but Gunsy's here. It is a trap. Gunsy going forward onto Flora. Flora using the shield to try to run away. Gets feared up and is gonna go down. Meanwhile, though, on the top side, getting pushed in by Aqua Anthony. Now they're gonna try to die out of Hydra's here. Going forward, Gunsy hasn't used his ult yet. It is up. If he spots him, that is one dead Senna. This Crow's gonna push this turret down. He's actually gonna back off. They're just gonna let this wave crash.
Yeah, that was a really good bait on the side of POG. Like, they were doing a really good job making sure I feel like that it was an unintentional bait with the amount of health that was lost, because I think that they thought whenever they got tethered in place, they were not under tower range. But Crow, unfortunately, was taking a couple of tower shots, getting way lower than he needed to. Didn't burn Flash, though, which is good, or heal. So he still has both his summoner spells, which are going to be really useful in this next fight that's coming up here shortly. We're gonna basically, POG needs to start pressing their advantage and actually starting to throw their weight around, because if they allow the time for the tankiness to come out on Garen and Sejuani, then it is going to be something that they have to deal with, which can be kind of tricky. And Aurelia herself as well can also get to a point where the amount of damage reduction that she has it's frustrating, but not impossible.
Yeah, we're going to see the Dragon go down on the bottom side. It is going to be Mountain Soul this game. That one that you said POG was worried about HBK getting. They've got one, so at least 3 Dragons to hold off on. As the fight begins, Fat Ecto goes in onto Hyatt. He goes in onto Pro Lupul and Idris. Idris trying to get away, but Crit slays him down. Pro Lupul gets taken out by Crow there on the side. Now here comes Gunsy. Manages to help grab onto H-Block. And also, they take out Hyatt there on the side. So now it's just Flora left. 4-0 in favor of POG.
That just went so poorly. Oh man, like there's really not much to say about that fight. It's just it wasn't even just bad positioning on the side of HBK. There was a couple of other factors in as well, where they were just getting targeted out and separated from the rest of their team, and Poseidon Gaming was just able to take them down. They started up the Rift Herald. A smart play, considering that they did see that Gunsy was bot. I see that they're now leaving the Rift Herald to not get picked up. Or maybe thought he did pick it up, but I guess not. Giving it to Crow, probably going to take that. If they take it bot side, they've already destroyed tier 1s in every lane except for mid lane. So really,
Pro Lupul going in onto Aqua Anthony with Hyatt, but they see the teleport coming through. They are going out. Aqua chasing still. Crit goes forward, gets the hit. Is he going to finish it? Dive he is. He's going to get silenced up. He's going to ult out. It's not that long of a silence. Bad Ecto goes forward, gets the knock up. The ult coming through from the center. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Flora here on the side trying to tether. Isn't able to walk anybody down. Everyone is pretty low except Crit and Idris and Flora. Got to be careful. Any fight that breaks out, they could lose these members. Pro trying to heal off of these camps on the side here. Crit looking to maybe finish him off. He doesn't have his ult, so it's going to be a little hard for him. Everyone's going to kind of back off. But Gunsy goes forward on the top side onto H-Block. H-Block trying to run, but he has been nearsighted. He has been blinded and feared and is down for the count. Another kill over to POG.
H-Block only has the Merc Treads and the Blade of the Ruined King, which, if you're feared by a Nocturne, isn't going to do you too much. Because, yeah, the Merc Treads are going to cause the fear to last for a little bit less, but you're not getting any damage off, so the lifesteal of Bork just is not doing anything for you. It's just kind of sitting in your inventory as you just get shredded by Nocturne. And that is really, it's unfortunate, and it's kind of like a situation that is a perfect play for Poseidon, where they're able to get that pick off on the side lane, get the wave pushed in, have it crash into turret, deal a little bit of damage. They still haven't even dropped Herald yet, or they probably just did, and it's just, this whole thing is starting to swing in their favor, and it's absolutely devastating for HBK.
Yeah, it's getting pretty dicey for them. 8K down. HBK has their backs to the wall right now. They've got to find some way to claw their way back into it. As Baron is started up. Turret going to go down in the mid lane with that Herald. POG trying to grab this. This is only a 20-minute Baron. I don't think HBK knows. They're sniffing something, though. They're coming out here. They do spot it, and the rest of HBK coming in. But Gunsy ults forward, going in, grabs one kill. Aqua Anthony grabbing it onto Idris, grabbing a second onto Flora for the double, grabbing it, actually, Crow onto the Sejuani, and it's 3-0. And I think this is going to be the Baron. I think they do have the damage for it.
They absolutely have the damage for it. They are kind of looking, it looks like they're looking for a kill right here, rather than just taking the straight objective.
H-Block going into Aqua. They just kind of dash past each other, but Fat Ecto stops him. He takes him down low, and Aqua's going to go unstoppable, takes him out. Good play by those two, and the teleport coming in. Aqua looking to maybe go after Anthony on the to Hyatt on the bottom side. Trying to chase him out, just kind of baits him a little bit, just trying to make sure that turret doesn't go down, and the Baron is secured. POG with an 11k, make that 12k almost gold lead for themselves. They've got this game securely in their hands right now, and you know, if H-Block can't drag this out, it's just a matter of time till this ends.
You know, it's one of those situations where it's like, if you see a 20-minute Baron, usually that means the game is over. Like, it's not, you're not able to really do too much because you're not able to contest that kind of an objective. And unfortunately for H-Block is they are just not in a position to really respond to Poseidon Gaming's aggression at this point in the game. They're doing the best they can, and if they can manage to get a couple of picks, they're going to start coming back, because there's basically shutdown gold on every single member of Poseidon, and all of that gold is going to be super useful for every member of HBK to come back into this game.
Yeah, that could be a lot of gold. There's so many shutdowns. It's all over the place. That is how much gold is that total? That's 700 to 1400. About almost 2,000 gold just sitting in bounties alone on the side of POG. So if HBK can grab it, it's not going to get them completely back in the game, but like you said, like it's a start. As now Pro Lupo getting engaged on by Fat Ecto and Crit. Here comes Gunsy going forward with the ult. They're trying to get out of there. Pro Lupo trying to run. He is going to go down. Hyatt gonna follow. Actually goes head down first, and it's a killing spree over to Gunsy. They grab the Mountain Drake, put themselves up to 3. And the ult from the Senna, unfortunately, not able to save anybody.
Once again, the paranoia from Gunsy is just allowing them to do so much work, because Senna can't even see where to fire her ultimate in a situation like that. This is why it's so important, if you're playing against a Nocturne, you ping whenever you see him or whenever you need help, because the pings are still going to show up, and you have a general idea of where that stuff is on the map. And it's one of those things where right now what we're seeing is Poseidon throwing their weight around, because they certainly can. There's very little that HBK can actually do to respond to them.
Yeah, and the could be a little bit of a start there. The ulted Q going forward onto Gunsy. They are pretty low. Got to be careful on the side of POG, but HBK is going to lose 2. Renekton grabbing 2 right now. Gunsy going back in. On the side, Aurelia grabs 1. Hyatt grabs another on the bot side, but 4 members down for HBK. That fight looked like it was a little messy and it could have gone their favor, but the turnaround right there. Aqua Anthony doing so much work as Crit tries to chase down H-Block.
Now, they are chasing H-Block down. I'm not entirely sure why. They should just be put... There we go. We're pushing in onto this Nexus turrets right now. That could very well be game, because I do think that they have the advantage. There's not much that they can do to really stop this. We do have Gunsy. The back from Aqua, I kind of understand it. Oh, the damage coming out.
Yeah, those enhanced karma Qs, man, they can pack quite a wallop, especially if you have no MR, which Gunsy does not have at all. Managed to hold on now, but the base is basically in tatters at this point. You've got the inhibitor turrets on the side. One of them is really low, one's kind of full of health, and you've got those 2 inhibitors, obviously, but you've lost the middle, you've lost your Nexus turrets, and your Nexus is about half health. Like, if POG just presses the issue, they could probably just take it right here and right now. But they're going to just try to go towards the top lane, get a push there. They've got mid pushing. It doesn't seem like they're interested in starting a fight until Gunsy gets back. They don't want to give HBK any way back into this. So they're going to take it nice and slow. Hyatt trying to run away. Aqua chasing him down. He doesn't see Fat Ecto here. Fat Ecto is on the run. The ult coming through to lock him down. Hyatt trying to get away. The ult from the Senna keeps him alive. And he managed to just get out with his life, an ult for an ult. And now Prolupo going forward into Aqua. Anthony Aqua bursts his ult forward. The Karma Q coming in. That enhancement is so strong. But Aqua is a very beefy boy right now. He's a very beefy crocodile. And he's going to go. Ooh, Crit actually going forward right here. Goes into the smoke. Maybe he went a little bit too far forward. But now they're going towards Hyatt. And Aqua Anthony getting a little bit low. The ult coming in from H-Block, looking for Sion here. He's just going to get taken out. Aqua Anthony goes legendary. And now Crow and Moonlight, they grab onto the Senna. Crit does go down. Here comes Gunsy, the grab in one. The Rakan goes down too, but that's another member of HBK down. And Crow getting low. He gets taken out. They take out Prolupo. And Flora, it's just him against the world. This is going to be game. Aqua just trying to pick up another kill for himself right here. Flora just trying to buy some time. And POG is just kind of teasing around right now, not ending the game yet.
They're just going for the kill, just going for Floral, who's sitting in base, not ending this.
They're gonna catch him.
It's
gonna go down.
Yeah, basically, POG can just end this game like at any point in time. This game is pretty much over. There's literally nothing they can do. They're just trying to get that final kill. Not able to do it. Floral doing a pretty good job of hiding inside the base in order to stay alive. Unfortunately, HBK was not able to execute their comp. They weren't able to get to a point where Fasting Senna could actually do any work. And so it's kind of one of those situations where, yeah, that's kind of just game. It's just, oh, that's a big oof. Lots of stomps today.
Yeah, very, very stompy games. But, you know, I felt like HBK did put up a fight. I mean, they did manage to not take fights, but they were taking kills. And I guess they kind of had one at one point. So, like, they were still keeping themselves in the game for a bit. Once it exploded, it just exploded, and there was nothing they could do to stop it. Aqua Anthony was an absolute monster.
Yeah, Aquanthony, that's I think what his name is, because there's not double A, it's just Aquanthony. I'm not sure, but I like saying that. I'm going to say it now. The way that game played out, he was so devastating, able to dive into all those back lines. And there's just not enough disengage on the side of HBK in order to really respond to it. And it's something you hate to see, but unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, and you know, with that, HBK, they are unable to catch up to POG in the standings, so they will be starting in the lower bracket. We'll have to see how tomorrow's games play out to determine if they are the 5th or 6th seed, which will determine who from the losing from the upper bracket will face them. And you know, it's gonna be rough either way. But HBK's got some time. They do have the break week coming up after tomorrow, so they'll have time to relax and come up with strategies and kind of recuperate themselves and pull themselves back into like the form we saw them in at the start of the season. Because I truly think this team can do some really solid work if they get it all together. Once they find themselves.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think we're just going to have to wait and see exactly how things play out. Hopefully HBK is able to get their mojo back. I'm not entirely sure where it went. But unfortunately, that is going to be a loss for them. Poseidon is going to pull ahead and get that victory. And we're going to be looking forward to seeing what they do coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to go on a break, but we'll be back shortly with the lounge.
Hello, folks. I am joined for the final interview of the day by Bobrovsky, the captain of the victorious Poseidon Gaming. Bobrovsky, how you feeling after your team's win?
Feeling pretty good. I feel the boys really stepped up today and performed really well.
What was the? I don't know if you were you involved in the draft or did they do this all on their own?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm quite involved in the draft and the decision-making of picks. I was with them all the way through, making sure we got the correct picks that we wanted, and we stuck to the game plan, and it worked out.
What about so as you say, you got the picks that you wanted. What were your thoughts on how the game progressed? You brought in a composition that you feel confident in. They executed well, obviously. Did you see things that you liked, things that there's room for improvement?
Yeah. You know what? I think we've been pretty criticized recently for having a rough mid to late. I feel that like with everybody swapping roles due to circumstances, that we actually had a pretty shaky early game. But like after that being said, we had like a really strong mid to late game, and we really pulled through. So definitely making progress in those aspects, and we're hoping to keep the momentum rolling.
Speaking of momentum, we are about to wrap up the season and you're headed into playoffs. How are you feeling about your playoff prospects, especially with a team as domineering as the Ugly Barnacles ahead of you?
Well, yeah, we still don't know who we're gonna face. There are some teams that I'd rather face than others. Some teams that really have it out for us, I guess you could say. So I just really like to shut them up because people are talking when they're not supposed to be talking. But as for Tub, I think they're a really good team, and I think they'll compete really well. And we're excited to face them in the playoffs if that's what ends up happening. You got to beat everybody, so we're just hoping to be the last one standing.
Yep. As you say, eventually, if you want to grab that crown, you are going to have to go through everyone in this field, more or less. So, Obviously, a showing like this, it can be quite a standout performance, a way to show people that you guys are here to play to win. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys are able to fare in the matchup, whichever way it works out for the playoffs. So, Bob, thanks for joining us for this interview. Do you have any final words before we step away?
Final words, yeah. Just be confident, guys. You may not get the matchups that you like in the playoffs, but playoffs are more of a mental game than anything else. And if you put the other team on a pedestal, I think you're already losing from the start and can't be doing that. Got to keep your head up high, have confidence in your play, and you'll get success.
Well said. All right, Bobrovsky, thank you for this interview. Folks, don't go anywhere. We will be right back with the FOF Lounge.